So this Owari Satsuma really took off in the past month. It really wasn't doing much. If you look back to any of my Limequat review videos, the Limequat has been doing great for a long time. Since pretty much I put it in the ground, it's been doing good. Besides the cold, you gotta keep it covered in the winter, but the Owari Satsuma has not been doing good. It hasn't really been growing. It's been growing a lot from the rootstock, what are they called, suckers, but we finally are starting to see some growth. I would say in the past 2 or 3 weeks it has grown from like right here to here. 2 or 3 weeks. You see all this new growth? This is not like new growth from a long time. You can see where it gets woody down there. Maybe you see that, like it gets woody right there and it comes up to here. All this new growth right here. That's why it's so green and lush. So I'm definitely gonna have to cover this coming up because it's already October. It's probably gonna get into the 30s in the November time, so we're coming up on it, and I want that to be brown like that stick because it's not gonna survive if it's green like that. No way that's happening. So we're gonna have to cover it and let these limbs, these new growth, turn into hardy Owari Satsuma trees, and then we're gonna be good. I don't have to cover this nearly as much as I have to cover that Limequat. And I'm definitely gonna like eating these more because I like Satsumas. Limequats, I don't like eating them straight up. I can put them in like a drink or something, which is still good, like some kind of concoction. But these I'm just gonna eat straight off the tree. And I'll also mention how thick the trunk has gotten since I bought it a year ago. The trunk has definitely got thick. And the same as the Limequat, the trunk is definitely a lot thicker. Also, I wanted to throw this in there. I did some grafting onto the Limequat. The reason why I did it is because this Limequat has been very productive, very vigorous, and look how thick the trunk has gotten. The trunk has gotten a lot more thicker, so it's pretty much the biggest, most productive, most vigorous citrus tree I got. So why don't I put some of my less vigorous, my younger citrus cuttings, what they call scions, and graft it onto this, because they're gonna produce, this is gonna produce those fruit faster than the parent tree that I got that's all small and the trunk is all small. It can't produce anything. So I'm grafting it onto this. So what I have is I have some Cara Cara navel oranges that are somewhere back there. Took some cuttings off of that, put it right there. And I have some sweet frost. What's the one from UGA? It's called the frost, or the sweet frost tangerine from University of Georgia. So I have 4 on here, as you can see. I don't know which ones are which. If you care about that, make sure you label it, but I don't care. I'll be surprised. I'll like it either way. So let's just see how it goes. I remember last year I actually did attempted to do some, first thing first, it was way too late in the year to do it, but I attempted to do some grafting onto a Bradford pear. I tried to graft my Florida home pear onto it. None of them took. I mean, I also did it in like November or something, and those are deciduous trees, so they start to it's not die down, but they start to kind of go to sleep during that time. So all the juices are running down to the roots. So it's not a great time to graft those type of trees in the fall. So of course that's why they probably didn't take. You're supposed to do that in the spring. But I figure since these are citrus and they don't really go to sleep, they do kinda, but not like a deciduous tree like a pear or something like that. They're not gonna lose all their leaves on purpose. So they're supposedly easier to graft, and I'm guessing time doesn't really make up that much of a difference because it's shooting off new growth right now, and that's crazy to me. It's shooting off new growth and it's October. Just because it's hot, it don't really care. It's gonna shoot off new growth as much as possible, as much as it can. Even when it's cold, it's gonna at least try. So we'll see. I'll update y'all on that.